So full disclosure with March TBR, I'm going to show you a bunch of books and I have a plan, and it will probably not look like this at all because I went into NetGalley and requested a whole bunch of advanced reader copies. So if those get approved, some of these might fall off the list, but we'll see. You'll have to tune into my March wrap up to see which books I actually read. But this is the plan so far. The first book I have for you is The Survivors by Jane Harper. Now, this month I have a whole bunch of mystery thrillers planned because I love mysteries and thrillers. If they're any good, you can read them so quickly. So I tend to read a lot because I find them very enjoyable. So it is supposed to be a thriller or mystery. There's a guy named Kieran who was involved in an incident where he was in this storm or natural disaster, and it appeared that two people went out looking for him, and in the process they died. And then in addition, there was this body that washes ashore in his small town, and everybody's a suspect, and all these secrets come out as everybody kind of turns on each other and is questioning who killed this person that washed ashore on the beach. I've heard really good things about this, so I am looking forward to that. The second book we have, this is my first Sanderson book. I'm a little hesitant because I know that the fans are really intense. This book has like 4.5 or 4.7 stars on Goodreads, which I think that's probably the highest rated book I've seen on Goodreads to date. So I am really excited to give this book a chance, and it is fantasy. And I'm nervous because, and I've said this about a lot of fantasy books, they sound like really weird, but when you have an open mind, then you read them, you're like, oh, I really love it. So I'm trying to have an open mind. So the little synopsis on this book is there is one planet left that has humans on it, but that planet is constantly being attacked. There is a teenage girl who is interested in becoming a pilot. Lo and behold, she finds this ancient spaceship. So she wants to repair it and learn how to become a pilot. So she's got lots of different challenges. She needs to repair the ship, she needs to learn how to fly, and she needs to befriend the spaceship because it seems to have like a soul or something like that. I am reading this with my book club, so hopefully I'll get a little bit of guidance from the Sanderson fans, and you'll have to see if I'm also a fan. You guys know I'll tell you the truth. So I know this pile looks small because there are two books I haven't received yet. One is, I think this was on my 10 most anticipated for the year. It is Clara and the Sun. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've only seen online like maybe one paragraph for this book describing it, but the author is so well known and he had such a big hit with his last book that when I heard, oh, he's coming out with this new book, I'm like, I have to get it. And the book that he wrote previously, it was called Never Let Me Go, and it was also made into a major motion picture. It was really good. I loved it. So this book is supposed to be Clara and the Sun. It is about an artificial friend who has keen observational skills. She sees lots of people as they walk by, and she sits on the shelf waiting for the day that someone purchases her. I have heard like so many rave reviews that keeps coming up in my Google feed on how it's so wonderful, it's so great. So it's supposed to be coming out March the 2nd. So we'll have that in just a few days. The second book that we have for you is The Lost Apothecary. Yeah, I say that word all the time, guys. I'll put up the book cover for you. So it means, I had to look this up, and that word was in, I just read Once Upon a River, and they had that same word in there, and I had to look it up then. And it's like a pharmacist. So the premise of the book, it's set in the late 1700s, and there are really two rules. One rule, you can never use poison against another woman, and two, that if you use the poison, your name goes down in a registrar as like the murderer and then who your victim is. So this is a fictional book. It's set in the late 1700s. There is a system by where if you are willing to kill a man, you can get this almost undetectable, it's essentially an undetectable poison, but following those two rules that you can't use it against a woman and that your name has to go into like this register of who you used it against and who you are. And the pharmacist then meets a teenage girl who, they start to question some things, and some events happen where the registrar of people might be disclosed, and it says that not everyone will survive. I am definitely ready for a little bit of Dexter style justice. But back to these books. This, we have The Guest List. I've heard a lot of really good things about this. This is also a mystery / thriller. I told you guys, I warned you guys, I have a lot of mystery thrillers this month. So there is this wedding on this remote Irish island. Well, say that 10 times fast. And there's a bride and groom. They're getting married. It's supposed to be this big celebration, over the top event. Everybody's coming together, but people are starting to drink. People are not on their, how shall I say, best behavior. There's drinking games, people are jealous, all those emotions that come with being at a wedding. Not everybody is being well-wishing the couple, and one of the guests dies, and then we're trying to figuring out, well, who did this? Who's responsible? And our last book of the month, maybe, because I always seem to be picking up new books, Pretty Little Wife. This is also a mystery or a thriller. Very interesting. There has been a string of disappearances, but one of the disappearances is not very shocking to a woman named, I think it's Lila. And it is because she murdered her husband. However, the body has disappeared. So is he dead or not? I guess we're going to find out. There's also been 2 other disappearances, and the police are investigating, trying to figure out, are these all related? So we'll have to stay tuned to see if this book lives up to all the hype. So let me know which books you are most excited to read in March. And if you believe that books create ideas and ideas change the world, let's change the world one book at a time. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. I'm Lisa of Troy. Peace.